what else makes people stop thinking and absorb what they're told? What the person desires. In other words, what is their need? And they against there are other people that need approval, and it would be acceptance. There are people that need to be seen as intelligent, that need to be seen as powerful. They want to have a sense of authority. And then the last one is there are people that they need to be pitied. They want poorly for them. They want you to hear their story, cry with them, and embrace them. Years ago, too, you get acceptance by following the rules. You get significance by enforcing the rules. You get approval by virtue signaling. You get power by being a petty tyrant. Do it or I'll report you. I'll get you fired from your job. And then you get sympathy by all the bad things right now. They're all happened to me, and I care so much about everyone's mistake. Does it turn into brainwashing? If you were to start wanting to brainwash somebody to do what you wanted them to do, authority figure, none of this works. To status and money, huge. So if you have people around you that can attest to your value, then people pay attention. That what you do is you invite people into that world. Look into the public. This is as much about public outcry to the unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives. To buy into who you are, like that. And you bring in engagement of feelings. You engage the limbic system. The next thing you need to do to start to hammer down to keep them in what you're building is you have to introduce copious amounts of stress. So you've taken someone who's in need and you brought them into this situation where you're the greatest thing in the world and you provide everything. You have everything, and without you, there is nothing. This is how you make someone be part of your organization. This is actually a process used by the FBI, the CIA, and all marketing agencies, including your smartphone. Vaccination. Yeah, so clear when you put it in order like that. I recognize it in recent events. It's like there's an order. Identify your targets, people who are more emotional and less analytical, and then that means mostly women. You make them think you're in authority, which is where those attraction principles come in. You have to have qualities that make them feel things about you. Tell them you can give them what they need, the needs you've identified. And then you manipulate their feelings, whether it's love or fear or what strong emotion you can give them, which creates attachment. You invite them, hey, come join us. We're the good guys. We give you safety. And then you cut them off from others, especially family, point of no return. So this is why I'm talking with EK. This is where it all comes together. There's women screaming crazy into the phone, doing that because... And I feel light.